All right. Welcome back to Geekset Rewind. We was Kangs. That's what I'm doing. We was Kangs. We was Kangs, man. We are giving y'all a special edition episode where we're going to recap and review about Antman and the Wasp: Quantumania. That's a long ass title.
I definitely should be calling it Quantumania.
Yeah, I just call it Quantumania.
So as always, man, let's go ahead and get into our synopsis and then we get into it. All right,
quick synopsis.
All right, so. In the film, which officially kicks off Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, superhero partners Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne return to continue their adventures as Antman and the Wasp. Together with Hope's parents Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, the family finds themselves exploring the quantum realm, interacting with strange new creatures, and embarking on an adventure that will push them beyond the limits of what they thought was possible. Jonathan Majors joined the adventure as Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, that was the Watch Mojo.
That was the Watch Mojo one?
You gave it.
You gave it to me? You gave it to me?
Hey,
You gave it to me? Hey, this is
got
also
buttons now, man.
Hey, this is
Y'all
also
hear
the
it.
first episode where Didge got buttons.
Yeah, like a little kid in the candy store. Like, it's like just the body. Like,
Gotta hit it. All right, so before to put some structure in it, let's start off with ratings before we get into like the topics
okay,
of it.
so we out of 10 ratings. That we doing?
Out of 5.
Five
we got
Eagles.
the Eagles.
Five
we doing
Eagles.
Eagles, 5 Eagles. I'll give it 4 Eagles. 4 Eagles.
All right.
Huh?
You doing 4?
Yeah, I'll do 4 Eagles.
I'm giving it 3.5 Eagles.
3 Eagles.
3 Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3 E's. Okay.
3 E's,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So let's start off with your overall review of it. Like, how did you like it?
I told you I'm playing devil's advocate here, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it better than Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
Like,
man.
hey, what you put in there? I'm mad now. Watch your hands, nigga.
You hear when he
come out.
Cause this nigga being like, like, hey, but no, yeah, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. I'm really still, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Ant-Man movies. I get that they're in there to move it along.
Yep.
But that's really why I enjoyed it, because I feel like even compared to Wakanda, this actually moved it along. Like Wakanda kind of is still a standstill, like what's going on just in Wakanda.
Fair.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
let me go next because I got directly opposing than you because though I still like this movie and it's a good movie and everybody in this movie actually did good. I think this is the first time in a movie that I really said it suffered due to Marvel telling us what's to come.
I believe in that too. I know a lot of people are going through that. Yeah.
And the reason is that I feel like the difference from 6 months ago to now, the only difference that we got in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that we saw Kang. This did not progress anything in the story to me because of the fact that this movie, like let's say they never did this movie and then they just told us, oh yeah, so Scott fought Kang in the quantum realm and he's out here. We would still got the same gist. Everything else in this movie besides Scott fighting Kang and Kang potentially out in his world because we don't know. I feel like it didn't progress the story. So
I have a theory on where Kang is too big.
Oh, me too. But so that's the reason why I gave it a 3.5 because it was a solid movie and Jonathan Majors did amazing. Paul Rudd did amazing. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Pfeiffer did amazing. Yeah. Like everybody did good, but I feel like that pairing of them didn't work well because I feel like nobody respects Ant-Man winning. I feel like the reason why people are so like, what the hell is because it's like Ant-Man beat King. Because if it was Captain America, Hulk, or anything like that, I feel like people are like, okay, this makes sense, you know? But I feel like because it was Ant-Man that was triumphant, people was like, come on.
I mean, I feel like that's my reason I don't like. Oh no, get a dish.
Yeah.
Finish the job. Yeah.
I gave it the rating I gave it because this movie was alarmingly average. Alarmingly average. Deuces is completely correct that this did nothing to move the plot. It's literally, this movie was based around this Kang variant saying, yo, I'm bad, but there's some other niggas I'm trying to stop.
Yeah.
That was Loki.
I mean, we got
now
that.
let's see who remains.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo,
He told us the same shit.
I'm bad. I get it, but it's some other niggas I'm trying to stop." So it's like, cool. Why do one of these two didn't need to be here? And I had more fun watching Loki, so I don't think this needed to be here.
I feel like that's like my theory is why I feel like they both need to be there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much. But I mean, like I agree. Like I don't want to go. Like I agree that it could not have been in the movie. Like it could have been. We didn't need it at all. Like we didn't need the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that it actually like it not necessarily pushed the plot, but it like we. And I think what you're saying like it hurt because we knew that Kang was. Like he's gonna be victorious out of this because we have a whole nother movie coming. You know what I'm saying? That he's in. So for me, what I saw it as Loki was outside of the realm.
Of course.
So this was the first time Kang is actually in the MCU in a sense.
But not even necessarily because it all was contained to the quantum realm. Still nobody knows.
But
both
Loki
situations were
and the Ant family.
Somebody came up to him. They had their interactions, but nobody else outside of it knows. So it's just like. It was a moment that happened just so we could see it as the viewer.
Yeah, because what would have significantly upped and we talked about when we predicted, because nobody died, the world is not placed on oh shit, Kang is here.
Right.
Still only Ant-Man and Loki.
And he thinks he won. So
and he thinks he won. He's unsure. Remember at the end?
Yeah,
he's
he's definitely unsure.
But like only the Ant family and like the world doesn't know. And I feel like if we are getting into the era. Yeah, if we're getting to this era of Kang, I feel like the way it should have ended, even if they don't want to kill off Ant-Man, we should have been left feeling like maybe he died or he didn't get out, and the world is like, oh shit, but Kang is here.
Also, Janet should have died.
Somebody should.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree that I feel like mom should have, like, bro, you did enough.
She did a lot.
Like mom should have at least died.
Everything that happened in the quantum realm was her fault.
Yeah,
You're
because
like they hated her.
Bro,
like they really hated her.
She was. Nah, I'm not even talking about the acting. Like Deuce said, everybody's acting individually was great.
Good.
Right.
It just didn't mesh well.
It just didn't mesh. But for her to be like, why y'all messing with the quantum realm? Being all mad, you ain't talk to nobody.
You ain't told nobody
How
nothing.
are you going to be like, why are y'all doing this? Well, we don't know what we're not supposed to be
because
doing.
they wouldn't. She wouldn't have been messing around with it.
Like I definitely like even what you're saying about the most average is because even like I said, the tropes like that and the things that made this movie go. Like, to be truthfully honest, it would have been better if it was like a TV show. Like, if they would have actually made the Ant-Man
series.
Yeah, if they would have actually made the Ant-Man series a series, I feel like it would have been dragged out a little bit better.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, because
you know what I'm saying? But that's why I said like, but I mean, because that's what I did hate. It's like we really doing this, and I really feel like that's the laziness of a lot of the Marvel movies in a small sense. Like a lot of even with Doctor Strange is because you lack to tell somebody like the mistake you made. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you just now we got to watch you fix the problem. But it's like that's what I didn't like about it. It was like the fact that we're really watching this movie because you haven't told these motherfuckers since you've been back. Since you've been
last movie. And let's not act like that needed to be there for the plot. You could have said it, and she still could have been like, everything else could have still happened.
Yeah.
People
go
like you're curious.
Like,
go against it. Yeah.
But it's like you down there, and so that's what I said. Because that's what made the movie that I didn't like about it is because of that. Like the plot of the movie was everybody finally like landing in the quantum realm, but talking to everybody in the quantum realm about like the mama, like why, and no one understanding why.
And then she would get so defensive when people would ask, but at the same time be like, "But I'm doing this to save you, nigga." From what?
Right. So to keep structure on this one, let's start off with the things that we liked. Right, the things that you liked about it, because like I said, we already talked about the acting. Right, I thought Kang was actually menacing as fuck. Kang came in and it was just he was
unhinged.
Even that subtle part before she saw his memories, you just like it was just eerie as fuck. Like, yo, this nigga.
He played that because he had that, and I thought it was just how he would remain. Because he would remain sort of had like that nervous tick. He always felt like he was like a weird ball of energy. Yeah, where. He played that's just all variants of Kang.
That they have that energy.
It looked scarier here because it's like, bro.
Because you waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, you really you looked at this nigga like, bro.
And then when you saw that moment, like he was like, what did you see?
But he
He was like,
he saw her freeze up to me. He's like, ooh, she just caught it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Just that. Because I mean, we probably had a short one, but she probably hold that motherfucker whip for a minute, like he's going. And he just like,
okay.
she done seen all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, what's your reviews? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
What'd you rate?
He's like, look,
Yeah,
hey.
you rated.
He's like, we can still get out of here. She like, he's like, wait, what you mean? Like, hey, we can still get out of here. Like, just because you saw shit don't got to change nothing.
And that's what I'm saying, because didn't Kang had a woman like minion or something with her. Right?
Ravonna
Renslayer.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
it's like that was his love interest.
Yep. Bro, matter of fact, hold on, before you move past it, because Ravonna, dog, this is how much he was in love with her, is that he took her essence and threw it in the multiverse, so that way she's reborn many times. So he has
So that way every
time
basically
he has the
every
opportunity
time.
to save her.
Yeah.
That's how much he loved her.
Man, that's wild.
Wasn't it not supposed to be the reason? I don't know if they're doing it in the MCU, but I think you know how in the comics he still has those lines.
Yep.
That was to mimic. I don't know if it was just her face in general or something.
Yeah,
happened to
something
her,
like that. But
that was so.
Yeah, he is obsessed
that
with
was
her.
Love.
He is obsessed with
How
her.
Thanos was with Lady Death.
Yeah.
That.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So if they play that, that's gonna be wild.
Well, we know that because remember,
We know she obviously
Miss
sees
Minnesota, she was like, well, he wouldn't want that, and then she's like, all right, well, I got to go handle something, and she had left,
oh yeah.
and so we assuming.
What if she is still like she see him like yes. This is what I've been waiting for.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
that was Kang and his menacing was one of the biggest shining points for me that I love.
Majors
Yeah, he's gonna kill it. He's killing it. He's killing it. And I think even watching this, like the magnitude, of course, like when you see the end of the movie, you kind of see like the end credit.
Yeah.
And you realize like, bro, hold on. You just realized like that was really dawned on me that I'm about to see Jonathan Majors like 1,000 times over. Like, you know what I mean?
Somebody called the soup variety 00 Kang in the Discord, and I cried.
00 Kang.
We was talking about it in the Discord, all the different, you know, it's going to be Coach, see Scarlet Centurion, Coach, you know, Robert Tutton, all the stuff. And they was like, hey, but 00 Kang couldn't be fired. I was like, no.
00 Kang, fam. Yeah, that'll be wild. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like, so, like, the reason I enjoy it, because, like you said, Kang was one of the definite highlights of it. But I think and it's gonna sound weird, but I think my hatred for the comic relief of Antman is what made me enjoy this more, because Kang was like, I'm really not here for that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am when I watch Antman anyway. Like, bro, you don't need to be funny. Like,
Well,
you know
because
what I'm
that's
saying?
the thing. Kang shot him down. Kang knew who he was. Because everybody was harping on. He was like, "Oh, he was disrespectful." Like, did I kill you before? Or are you the guy with the? But then later on, he calls him Antman when nobody told him his name was Antman, right?
Yeah.
So I felt
like Yachty League Antman.
Yeah. So I believe that he knew exactly who it was. He was like, "Come on, like this is."
Because he still pestering me.
Well,
that's why I had to tell you about his
also
government.
think about if you Kang and you defeated Avengers, you defeated Thor.
Yeah.
Now you got to deal with Ant-Man again. Like this nigga.
Like, how you get back here?
Out of
Like,
all the people, like y'all could have sent me Thor, y'all could have sent me Hulk, y'all sending me Ant-Man that I got to deal with the first.
But
person?
I also feel like because he knew the nigga name, Antman man had to give him a problem at some point in time. Like,
or it could have just been that easy. Where he like,
would you remember his name though? Then I wouldn't remember his name.
Remember, like, dog,
Ant-Man is an
destroyed you.
Avengers. So at some point, you probably remember at least all the Avengers.
Right.
Yeah, but I would probably I just feel like I get what you're saying.
And then also think about it this way before you think about it this way. You fighting the God of Thunder. You fighting the Hulk, and then you see an Ant-Man. You gonna have a moment like, wait a minute, this an Ant-Man? You gonna remember that?
That's why I said I feel like but he has to remember the name because he had to not believe in him at first.
He did it
until
he went big.
Yeah, he probably went big and punched the shit like, you know, really scooped the real good. Like, whoa, nigga. Hold on, this Ant-Man? And he was like, let me get you out of here real quick. You won't see, boy. Like, Ant-Man? Yeah, like.
When he told him, I forgot what lead into it, but he was like, but you a man who talks to ants. I hollered in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, get this nigga out of here.
Well, it was around the time, like, I think, thank you. They was fighting because it was at that time before Hank came with the army of ants.
Yeah.
Bro, because he was putting hands to Ant.
Bro.
Ant-Man should have died too.
Ant-Man thought he had him. Remember he thought he had him, and that nigga said, "Get him off me, dog."
Yeah, that's why I said like I feel like he knew that move though. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Kane big like that's when he got caught off guard. Like, boy, what the fuck?
Yep.
Like and got him off me. So like, you doing the same shit. Man,
That's
no,
why
nigga, we not doing
and,
that.
Like that, I am Kang. That was a disrespectful. That was a
Yeah.
nigga. You doing all this? I am Kang, dog.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
Fam.
Like, I am Kang.
The use of Kang is so strong. And like Disney gonna have an issue with Kang. Like
I
Kang,
am Kang.
Yeah, like-
I'm clipping that as soon as I can.
Like,
And
what, I am Kang?
Yeah, that's
Like-
gonna soundbite.
Right.
I am Kang.
like, cause I mean, I definitely want to hear we was like. I need to hear we was Kangs. I need to hear I am Kang.
I promise. I thought they were gonna do it in the council of Kang.
If they say it, that's definitely fan service for black
Yeah,
folk.
like,
Oh yeah, that was that one black writer in the room was like, hey.
Like matter of fact,
Like,
I need Don Cheeto or fucking
Anthony Mackie?
I need somebody to be like, all right, we going to see the Kangs, y'all. We going to see like when
like, I need them to use
because somebody gotta say it.
someone, a black Avenger has to.
When they go see the council,
break
we
the
going to see the
wall.
Kangs, y'all.
Like, yeah, you gotta break the wall. Like even if you like, bro, look at the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's a moment between them.
like-
It's a moment between War Machine and
Captain America.
hey, we going to see the Kangs, bro.
Like, or even the fact, like, bro, like, so like, if they acknowledge that Kang, like, really is like a black dude, they like,
Yeah.
so we was Kangs? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love them to look at each other. Like, they really, like, both of them look at each other like, so we Kangs?
Was we Kangs? like anybody can be Kang. So we was Kangs?
Yeah, dog. Like, I need that, dog.
That was too funny.
So, like, I definitely like that shit. That shit is hilarious. Bro.
That's also a shining moment for me though. That them recreating the Council of Kangs and just actually seeing that ripped from the comic book, that was really fucking dope.
Hey, I was mad. I saw like 2 or 3 Rick and Morty fans. Oh, they're taking the Council of Ricks. Almost punched my
Dog,
computer.
what?
Almost punched my computer, dog.
Like, did y'all not know the Council of Ricks is inspired by this?
Literally.
Like, literally inspired by the
Literally,
Council of Kangs. Like, we was Ricks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was Kangs.
But like I said, Paul Rudd and them, like I said, they did a really great job.
Paul Rudd acting fire in this.
Like, so when you think about us being mad at Janet, that is great acting for Janet to have that nefariousness of where you're like, you doing a lot and you fucking up the family.
You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer killed it because she was just too self-righteous. Not just like
self-righteous.
What
Yeah,
we doing?
that's what made me mad. But I also enjoyed it because she really didn't have nothing to do. Like, she pretty much set the ground to see all the Ant-Mans really go at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even getting the shout, one of my other favorite parts, it was the shout that, you know, Pym bringing all the ants through.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that shot's fire.
It was fire.
I mean, but
I didn't need it because
Also-
I wanted Kang to win. That's
Also, to go back to our podcast episode, that did make me rethink the Swarm. Because them Swarm are ants. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It made you rethink the
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
The
shit.
swarm of rats.
If the ants can do this, wait a minute.
A swarm of ants with because like I said, Kang, like dog, like that nigga was like he was trying because you saw the blue.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was going. He was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
they
To
took
be
that
fair,
nigga back.
Those was some big ass ants though.
Hey.
They was some big ass
And
ants.
they were smart.
And so that's
Yeah.
also, now I really would have wished if Kang would have actually acknowledged both, like really like, oh, so it's 2 ants? Wait, hold on. What's that?
Well, you got to think about it. Like the
He may not know because they may have just been in the suit the entire
Yep,
time.
and the difference is depending on which Ant-Man he killed. Remember, Hank Pym talks to the ants.
Right.
Scott Lang doesn't talk to them as
That's
much,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's the difference between it. If he killed a Hank Pym variant,
That's what
then yeah.
That's what
But if it was
always,
always
you made that statement,
Yeah.
like you were talking, like you talked to ants,
yeah,
like
yeah.
So he must have killed a Hank. I just thought about that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
he must have killed a Hank Pym
Yeah.
variant because if he literally looked at.
Yeah, but to get
He
got
might
think.
not remember the face.
But remember,
Yeah, you might not remember,
but
yeah.
also to go back what you said though. Well, you probably saw just the mask. So
Yeah.
you probably
Yeah.
just saw that. But also what you said too. These ants was big. The ants that he like.
Yeah,
these was
quantum
quantum realm
realm
Yeah,
ants.
so you wasn't in the
Right.
quantum realm.
So the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
ants, he was like, okay, it's a bunch of small ass ants, bro. Like you tripping.
that wouldn't, like the swarm thing would work.
Yeah,
with
nah.
little baby ants. You know what I'm saying?
But you got giant sized motherfucking ants.
Yeah,
like
you
okay.
definitely got to pull the blasters out for it, and it ain't working. Like,
Hey, but he when those blasters didn't work, and he was like, "Look, I just got to do it with hands." Hands was being,
Bro.
That was Jonathan Majors getting ready for Creed.
Yeah. Well, that's also the difference between comic book Kang and movie Kang. So one of the things about comic book Kang is he can't fight.
Yeah, no, he's just literally.
He's
all his
literally
power.
because he has infinite knowledge and power and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what makes him who he is.
Like
But-
not even power. I guess I should say suit.
yeah, that's suit. Because hand to hand, anybody can really beat can really beat him. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay. So that means, okay.
So
but
like,
that's why he also. It's weird because he also says, "Yo, my arch," like you know how most villains their arch enemy is some hero.
Yeah.
Kang's arch enemy is himself.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean,
because again, you battling the wits. He don't care about the nigga that can beat his ass. You just battling another nefarious version of you. Because it's
really just a battle. Yeah, like you said,
because all it is like, okay, I know that I'm conniving and evil.
Right.
So now I got to deal with a whole bunch of me who's also like, I'm trying to trick y'all. You trying to trick me. He trying to trick us. It's like, no, this is it's more annoying than anything. Because it's like, you can't trust nobody.
You see the next version, they're like, oh.
Like let's because it's like, all right, let's make a pact. But then both of us is thinking how we gonna fuck over each other. Like that gotta be stressful as a bitch. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, I gotta deal with that. So yeah, man. Like, and I thought like, so the one thing that I didn't like, and it's not that I didn't like about the movie, that I didn't like the reviews. People was trying to compare this to Spy Kids, and I'm like, dog, the Quantum Realm looked dope to me.
I mean, it did, like, but Spy Kids, like I was gonna talk about it too. Spy Kids was a very heavy reference.
I think it was only because of Old Boy's face.
The MODOK thing, like the MODOK and the outfits.
Well, the outfits, of course, yeah.
I think that was.
But Antman's color, but these color schemes been already established.
Those
so
are accurate color schemes.
So Spy Kids copied off of them.
I mean, Spy Kids probably copied off of them in a sense, but I mean, they didn't like because the fact that they didn't have MODOK and all that. Like they took the idea.
Because I thought the Quantum Realm looked good. I like I said, I was more upset they didn't explore it more. Yeah. But I thought the Quantum Realm and how it looked. Because remember, like going back way back when, I said one of the things I love about Marvel movies is when they take us into a universe and they show it, right?
Yeah.
And so this one, this Quantum Realm, you got to see more of it and everything like that. But I feel like I wanted them to explore it more. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
to get a sense of it.
And that's why I said I hope. I mean, I don't know if we're getting any. I thought we were getting any more Antman movies. Like somehow they got to still get out of the Quantum Realm.
Well, they're out.
They're out.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody is out. So we really don't get.
Well,
really kind of
unless they go and start talking about the revolution, like those characters that they introduced us to.
Oh yeah,
they're still there, and they can get into the Quantum Realm. Shit, they can even do a side story of showing Janet's time in it, because like they gave us a glimpse into Janet's like her time in there.
Yeah,
and so it's like, you know, thinking about just like, okay, I know that Kevin Feige said we got too many shows, but remember what I said when we talked about it is like, if you're not focusing on the main, like if you don't feel like you got to put a main character in it and you're just building the world about these characters, then it's a good side story, right?
That's an extra show.
I mean, no. I'm saying the reason why my defense against Feige saying too many shows was I was saying like it's too many shows trying to bring in the main character to the main storyline. But
no, I get what you're saying.
But
that's fair.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that.
I'm thinking.
I know what what he's saying.
He gonna look at it like, it's not like another show.
I mean, it is another show, but I think that it relieves the stress of trying to be like, okay, this got to match this. Because like if you say, all right, I'm gonna just do a show about Janet's time in the Quantum Realm, then you can do things that you don't have to think heavily about the implications to the main story.
Like because she's been gone, so you'd be like,
people are gonna be weird about it though. Because
people are gonna be weird about it.
As much as people claim like, oh, everything you gotta watch this to watch that, but they gotta tie in X, Y, and Z.
When they give you one,
the minute that it's not,
you get upset.
You like,
it doesn't push the story.
I mean, the tie-in really is the fact that you really, because you get, like I said, we got a glimpse of her relationship with Kang, and like it really would be a more dragged out her beginning.
Did you see the tweet? That was like the most unrealistic thing in this movie was Janet was down there with Kang for 30 years and ain't nothing happened, and it was a picture of Jonathan Majors.
like you chose Bill Murray and you had Kang.
Yeah, hey, Bill Murray slid in there. Bill Murray slid in there.
That was the most unnecessary cameo that I loved.
Yeah,
like
slid in there and was giving us the dirt.
He was like, wait, you ain't human? He was like, I mean, in the parts that matter.
You're right, yeah. And looking at Janet like, you know what it is.
You know what parts. You know what I'm saying?
He called her a little freaky freak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know Janet like I know Janet.
That part was risque as a bitch. Yeah. I was looking around. It was a girl, a lady, she with her kid. She looked at her kid. Like, what am I supposed to do here?
What you want to do here, man?
Like, what parts matter, Mom?
I was down here for 30 years. I got needs. Like, bro.
And she kept saying that.
Yeah, she was strong on that film.
Yeah,
like,
and then
I didn't understand why we needed that.
And then Hank had to let her know, like, well, I mean, I had me a little something too.
Yeah, like, bro,
I had me a little something.
Care about y'all marriage.
You know what he did? Because she said, why it didn't work? He was like, because she wasn't you, baby. Like,
he don't care
Yeah,
about.
I didn't
you talking about?
I did not care
you
about
talking about the
y'all
viewer
like
though.
that. Yeah,
Like
that's really what just when she sat down with Bill. I'm like, are we doing this? Like, are
Right.
we really finna let Pim like Hank got to deal with Bill? Like,
Well,
you know
so
what I'm saying? Like,
so there's three things that right now that I didn't like about the movie and I don't like about Marvel. Right. So the three things. The first thing that I don't like about Marvel right now and what is like, I am over my heroes having parental duties. Let my heroes be fucking heroes. I'm tired of every hero right now.
In real life.
Every hero right now is dealing with a bratty teenager or or just dealing with something or a kid now. Thor got a kid. We got Hawkeye dealing with what's the name?
Thor having the kid was Chris Hemsworth being like,
I know.
my daughter.
Yeah, of course.
Paid.
Right. But she could have got paid. There's many roles they could have did. Like I said, we got that. Like I said, we got Antman dealing with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let my heroes be heroes. You know what I'm saying? So that's
only two.
That's three.
You said
Thor, Ant-Man, and Hawkeye.
Hawkeye not dealing with it.
He dealing with. She is with him right now.
I mean, Hawkeye got
Kate
kids.
Bishop.
I thought
Kate Bishop. He
That
got
whole thing was about him retiring.
Yeah, Hawkeye got kids. Like, he don't got nobody else kids. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you wait.
watch
So
it.
you don't think that he didn't take any parental authority over Kate Bishop?
Now he gave her some words of wisdom. He on the line. He on the line.
That
Like,
series about him retiring.
yeah, he on the
It's
line.
about
like,
him retiring, but that whole thing was about him protecting Kate Bishop.
Yeah, so he can make sure she good. Cause I'm about to retire. nigga.
No, let him be a hero. I don't want to do none of
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He ain't finna be a hero. He's finna go to bed. He finna go.
T'Challa. Listen, the way that it was supposed to go. T'Challa was supposed to be dealing with have a kid,
Right about
and they leaked out the real plot. He was supposed, that whole movie was supposed to be him being fatherhood.
The father-son thing.
Right? I don't,
Was it?
Yes.
Man,
So
y'all
I don't
know
want
what y'all
that.
doing with
Like,
Black
I don't want
Panther, bro.
that. So that's the first one.
I don't know what y'all doing.
Technically, the Hawkeye we got moving forward, she has no kid because he retired. She's Hawkeye.
Yeah, he's retired.
You think the next time we see her,
He on the hip, bro.
You
Like, she
think the
can
next-
call him. She can call
he
him.
gonna still be in it?
He ain't coming
You
out
think,
there.
you think he gonna be out there fighting
Yeah.
still? I don't think.
Yeah.
Well,
He might save her once or
Nah,
twice.
when next time we see him. But second thing that I'm tired of Marvel doing is taking villainous characters and turning them into a comic shtick. Like, so the same way they did Mandarin, they should not have cut off MODOK at the knees and made him a butt of the joke. Like, I hated that.
Yeah,
That's the second thing.
MODOK was a very bad representation.
Yeah, they made
I
him.
like this look, but I definitely
The look
didn't
was great.
Yeah.
With the look with the mask was great.
The look we want. I get it. What it is
Let him keep the mask on.
Y'all
I don't
wanted
want the
that
face.
real looking face.
no, but
like,
what
they
I
had
was
to
gonna say
CGI
is,
that, bro.
what I was gonna say is,
That was horrible CGI. We seen way better CGI
MODOK
from
was
Marvel.
gonna look weird whenever because
Yeah.
realistically, looking at that big ass face like that was just gonna look bad.
It's gonna look bad.
They couldn't. No, they could have made it work.
The mask works for sure.
We seen way better CGI.
I'm saying objectively, just a big ass face like that is just gonna look
Yeah.
bad.
Nah, but that was just bad.
Like, if they did a CGI and actually like really animated a
Yeah.
real looking face, it to me honestly would have looked worse.
I
I feel
think
like it would have
I-
been like scary
and
now.
then,
Like,
well,
bro.
it's supposed to be scary. MODOK is scary.
No, but anybody with a big ass face is gonna be scary
Nah.
no matter how. That's what they're saying. No matter how you cut
I
it.
just think yeah,
The way this nigga was flying in nigga's face, bro, you would be terrified.
I think
this nigga popped up.
that
This nigga
villain,
face.
that big ass face doesn't translate to live action.
I mean, they could. I feel like they could have done better. And then the
They
last,
would've scared the kids.
Yeah, and
They would've scared the kids.
And the
Like,
kids might already still be scared.
Yeah. And then the last thing that I'm like, all right, is like, again, we talked about it earlier. Somebody should have died in this movie.
What did I say leading into y'all was calling me heartless? Y'all was now.
No. We said we just didn't agree, Scott.
Man, he still could have died.
But now, as I watched the movie, I do agree, Scott. But we all said somebody should die. We leaned on Janet.
I just feel like we picked on Janet, but
We
it
leaned on
also
Janet.
it really should it should have been either Janet or Hank. Like, I feel like Hank was either at his end.
I feel like I just wouldn't have cared enough.
We would have, because I feel like
We would've, 'cause the characters
The reason
would've.
why I feel like he should have, because he gave us his peak. Like, calling Answer Stop Kang, like, he gave us his peak.
Yeah, that
So
was
he
his-
should have been.
that
like,
was his
Kang-
moment.
Yeah, Kang could have probably got off of that and be like, I'm gonna kill you before I get out of here though. Like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna get one
fair.
off. But like, I don't think we're gonna get anything bigger than what he did to self, to save in that realm. Like,
But though I didn't like that they made MODOK the butt of the jokes, I did love when his death scene. That everything, because he was
The death
like,
scene was funny.
because he was
I'm
like,
an Avenger.
he was
I died in
like,
Avengers.
we were like brothers,
Yeah.
and he was like, what? He was like, well, at least I died in Avengers.
That was funny. That was funny.
That nigga was delusional.
and that's why I said, like, I mean, I think that was what I would love is like we definitely, I feel like that he really didn't die. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna reprogram. You know what I'm saying? So I would love if we got this comic relief him now, but like the reprogramming of him is like the more dangerous.
Well, I mean, that's what they did with the Mandarin.
Yeah. I didn't like the joke. And it's fucked up because the punchline worked for me, but I didn't like the setup part of where him and Cassie. She was like, you don't have to be a dick Kang or a dick MODOK. And I'm like, oh, we're really doing this? But then later on, when he comes in to help, and they're like, I am not a dick. I laugh. I'm like, it didn't work.
Hey, speaking of scary, when his face pushed through the fucking force field, that was creepy as a bitch.
That's what I'm trying to tell you,
that
bro.
was creepy as a bitch.
I'm trying to tell you, it don't matter what you do with this nigga face.
Because that's really why I don't think that he really caught Kang. Like he really like defeated the force field. I think Kang was like, oh shit, nigga, like, wait a minute. I feel like Kang. You know what? I feel like what it was is Kang saved him, and then he said, hey, we gotta put a mask on, bro. We can't keep that face out here. That was Kang's idea to get that nigga the mask. Like,
he gotta get a mask.
And told him, every time you talk to me, you keep that motherfucking mask on.
Yeah, he probably definitely made that mask for him. Was like, bro, like he was probably really irritated. Like, well, you in my face with this shit, dog.
Well, we know he get irritated about it. Remember when he was doing his monologue to Scott, and he came in trying to ad-lib. He said, hey, don't talk when I'm talking, bro.
And did the most casual. He said,
hey, cuz,
boy. It's like,
this is not a duet, my nigga.
Right, boy, you don't get that shit out of here. He said, you ad-libbing? Like, dog.
All right, so what about y'all? Did y'all have anything that y'all like really hated?
I mean, like I said, I just didn't like the plot. Like, I feel like how they got to where they, you know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that Janet just lied to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing I feel like they could have definitely, that was a very easy way out.
Okay.
And they could have definitely, like, even like you said, even if they would have she just would have told everybody,
Yeah,
but they just found a different reason to go through the realm. Like, they could have found a totally different reason to go through the realm.
Yeah.
But she still told everybody. And even in that, it's like, all right, well, if we're going to go here, we have to be on P's and Q's because dude here.
Yep.
And it could have still happened. Like, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that was a very, very lazy portion, like, thing of the show.
All right, so.
I think for me,
but real quick, and because she saw him already. She saw that Kang.
Oh, yeah, she did.
So if we would have been able to have her sit down and give them that story
it should have been a spook. It should have been a boogeyman story.
It should have been a ghost story about this dude that's there.
Regardless that she got out to that point, I'm like, you ain't think, yo, it's a nigga down there on some real scary shit.
Especially,
regardless if I think he can't get out, on the off chance that he got out, I'm telling somebody.
Well, especially because Hope said she
out. Like,
especially because Hope also, when she remember, she was like, why y'all didn't ask me about it? Hope was like, I've been asking your ass since day one.
Like where you been going on down there?
So she had ample opportunity to tell this story.
So like that would be that's the only thing I really that to me
is the big
that's
one.
what ruined, like that's what made it like why everybody can be like this wasn't needed because it's like you didn't make the story.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for me, it didn't feel like it all fit together. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, the story for Kang, granted he was menacing, he was doing everything that he needed to do. His whole plot point was really, hey, I am bad, but those other niggas are worse.
But them other niggas,
I mean, and
we got that already.
But I love that. I think I love that because I think that's a Kang thing. Like they're always gonna talk about the fact there's always gonna be more Kangs.
That's definitely fair.
That nigga's so cold though too.
But what I didn't like was every time I would see all of his menacing scenes, everything, like I said, nobody had a bad acting job.
Nah.
But it was always just like, this just don't fit together. And I just always felt myself coming back together like, you doing that in this? Like, y'all, this could have worked so much better. Like, if they would have pulled the Thanos route where MODOK was the main villain here, and Kang is that overarching menacing thing where it's like, if MODOK feel like he's fucking up, he's like, shit, I don't want to go back to the boss for this. And you can see Kang more than once in this film with having him just be that sort of looming figure in the dark. It would have worked so much better for me.
But that's why I get that. I think that's why I agree. I think that's why we have to understand that the magnitude of the Kang, like everyone's waiting for the actual Kang, like the one that we want. And even I don't feel like this one still is. Like I feel like if he is,
I was gonna say let's get into some theories.
Yeah, like my first theory is when he got sucked into the red, that was the moment when the Kang said that's when shit changed.
So my theory is that Kang, the Kang that we saw, is actually He Who Remains.
A lot of people have said that.
Yeah, because so remember in his monologue, He Who Remains, he said, look, you can either kill me and you can stop my journey in here. He said, either you let me live and I continue my journey, or you kill me, and then the whole multiversal shit happened, and I just end up right here again, right? So here's what I think: the Kang that we saw, he's actually Victor Lively, who is going to turn into He Who Remains. Because remember, the whole thing about He Who Remains and Kang, the difference between them two, the similarities between them two, is they both was like, hey, I don't like these other niggas, and I need to get rid of them. Because remember, He Who Remains was the last one. He survived the multiversal war.
So that would make sense for him to be the one that was exiled.
Yeah, and then so this Kang going, and the reason why I think that he turns into He Who Remains, this Kang could not travel without the chair, but he got sucked into the orb, his chair and everything. I believe that when he comes out, he now has the capability to travel without his chair, because that's the Kang. The Kang is like, he don't need a chair. He can travel without his chair. And so he's gonna absorb the abilities being sucked into that realm and everything. But he got thrown into the past, and so now he's Victor Timely. He's like, damn, okay, I need to get back, but I need to get them. I need to get the materials. And so he creates this facade of Victor Timely, because in the comics, Victor Timely is not a variant. He's a disguise of Kang. Out of everybody else, all the other variants is either characters who killed the Kang and like adopted it, or is a variant of Kang. But Victor Timely is Kang the Conqueror going back. And then also the last,
I'm confused as fuck, bro. Hearing you,
Victor Lively, the nigga at the end, the one that
like I'm hearing you, but I'm like, as you're saying the story, this shit just sounds like circles, bro.
So here's it is circles. It all is
circles.
So this is the last circle that's connected. He Who Remains, when she was like, what is your name, right? And he was like, well, some people call me this, the Conqueror. Yeah. And then this Kang identifies the Conqueror. None of those other Kangs did. Well, we don't know, but they technically, we think none of the other ones did, right? So if there's not two Conquerors, there's a Kang the Conqueror. And if you are that person who's the last one that remains in it, that's my big theory.
So y'all saying that He Who Remains is Kang the Conqueror? Like they're both the same person?
Yeah, because remember, He Who Remains is dead.
He's just outside of time.
Yeah.
And remember, his life isn't linear because he's outside of time.
Yeah.
So
when they killed him at the end, it reset everything, and Kang the Conqueror, who's the one, like, it started everything over.
To be fair,
that's why
I think I do agree with that theory, and I think they told you in plain fact when they said Kang will return. They're not. I don't think that they were talking about Kang in general. I think they're letting you know, like, yo,
that Kang. Well, no, yeah, I like so like my theory is that he is somewhere where like I feel like all of that, like when we're all trying to find that, like when did He Remains be like, this is it. But I feel like him, the connection with Scarlet Witch, searching through everything, like where he got sucked in that red flash, I feel like it's in wherever Scarlet Witch really is. Like that's like, so I feel like the reason he's like, I don't know what happens now, is because like you're saying, he probably does always get out, and this is the first time where it's like, wait, no, I didn't get out. I got sent.
Oh, I see that. That's I didn't think about that.
Like I got sent somewhere else. Like so, I feel like he always knows he gets out. If you're saying it's a circle,
yeah.
So it's like this is the time where it's like he's like, well, I don't know what happens now, because even whether you kill me or not, I'm gonna be back. But he really was also the moment where he's like, wait, I don't know what the fuck just happened now.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well, he might always know, like you said, to that point.
Yeah.
He might always know that.
Like y'all gonna kill me or something, and it's gonna start over. But he was like, oh, the original me didn't get out. Like this motherfucker's actually somewhere else now. Like,
and it could be, but that was the one thing I've been telling people is that obviously, because we knew Kang was going to return. There was no reason for you to have to add that, because we knew there was going to be the next movie. It's called Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, and then think about He Who Remains and Kang's whole speech. His whole motivation is to X out the rest of him, right? Yeah. Introducing us to another variant and making him the big bad. It's like you removing the motive, right? You're removing the motive. This, we know He Who Remains, his motive and why he was the last one is because he outlasted all the other Kangs. So if we started over and you have this Kang who got exiled and it's like, look, my motive is this, it'd be weird for them to.
And they mannerisms.
Yeah.
They're meant like I was
was telling
Deuces earlier. him and He Who Remained, their mannerisms were so similar. Granted, we didn't see long enough any of the other Kangs.
Right.
But that little nervous tick that we were talking about earlier, and this.
I mean, I definitely didn't look at it like that. Like that, he could have been He Who Remains.
They had very much the same mannerisms, and again, it seems like they fit together.
And then even though we call them the Council of Kangs, they all have names.
Right.
But Kang the Conqueror is Kang the Conqueror.
Right.
Because they got Romatut, they got the,
Mortis,
they all have other names. Victor Timely's a name, but of course I told you that's a disguise. But there's only one Kang the Conqueror. And that's why I believe that He
Who Remains is Kang. Okay.
Yeah, if they say Kang is coming, Kang is going to return, then it's Kang, because he's the only one that I did. Because even He Who Remains, he was like, I mean, they call me this, they call me that. I'm He Who Remains. Like he didn't say I'm Kang.
He never.
But this one said, nigga, I am Kang.
But I mean, I guess that would make sense if you're like, if you're saying it's the same person, because I mean, he would be Kang the Conqueror up until he's the last motherfucker that's remaining.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I'm He Who Remains.
Yeah, now I'm just He Who Remains. Like you all knowing because you like the last.
Remember, he never even specifically said I am. He said, oh, she still calls me that. Mm-hmm. Oh. He never said I am He Who Remains.
Yeah.
She was calling him that. Miss Minutes was.
And Miss Minutes seen the Universal War. She was there.
Right. And so when they specifically asked him, he said, oh, she's still calling me that.
So I mean that makes sense, because that even would make sense. That would even make sense from what you're saying, like even when she touched the ship and saw, because I mean you saw him already wipe everybody, like you saw him do this already,
right?
And you like, damn, I can't let you back out of here. Like,
we ain't
and
doing
that's
this
really,
shit.
that's why I said like, that's the change in my mind is because he was gonna leave regardless, but they had to literally stop him. At that point, you know what I'm saying? So he did everything to get out, but they stopped him from getting out and now sent him somewhere else. So that's what he was saying. Like I feel like when he was saying like I'm always gonna come back, but like I said, that's why I said for me that change that was the change.
Yeah,
was the fact that you did the story, get your ship fixed, and you get out. But now, and that's why you said like now this will be a Kang without the ship, without everything, because you were foiled. So you are literally a different Kang the Conqueror now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like.
And then that would make it menacing. Like I said, that's the main thing. Like the great thing is like I'm excited to see where his menacing goes, because so here's where I do believe somebody from the Ant family is going to die. I believe that when Kang come across them again, he's on their hill.
Somebody like I feel like
he is on their hill.
The Kang dynasty is gonna be,
because they fucked up everything. He's like, wait a minute, like think about it. You already disrespected Ant-Man. But now Ant-Man foiled you. So now you like when I see this nigga again, I am stomping on this motherfucker. Like you are pissed.
I definitely see that.
You
like,
are pissed.
I feel like it's pretty much like I feel like the Kang dynasty is gonna pretty much at least start. Cause even with the uncertainty of whatchamacallit, he needs the confirmation. Like how Thanos was, like people got word of Thanos because he started like I'm on y'all ass. So it's like I feel like Antman's gonna be the one at least is gonna tell the Avengers about what's going on.
So I got a big ass theory what I hope they do, but I know Hollywood ain't gonna do it because of money and time and everything like that. But I was like, okay, we thinking about the Council of Kangs. We just saw a shit ton of Kangs. What I would love for Marvel to do to kind of really push that Kang is a beast is I want every show up until the Kang Dynasty. I mean Kang Dynasty. I want every show, every movie, the villain to be a variant of Kang. Because here's why. Hold on, let me.
I was gonna say if you hear the rumors, Kangs are appearing in every show.
Because the reason why is, think about it this way: you got a series, right, and you dealing with Romatut, whatever, right? And you like, dog, you spent that whole season dealing with this menace, and you get him out of there, and you like, yeah, nigga, I did it. Only to find out, like, I ain't even the worst nigga. There's another nigga coming, right?
Now we get into what Dij was saying. Like every Kang is gonna be like, it's so better, it's more than me. Like,
but I want that, because then the world, because then that's how you get the Avengers too. Because now people are like, wait a minute, I was dealing with one, and now everybody comes together. I would like that.
I like the idea, but I also feel like by the time they really fight, I'll be kind of irritated with so many Kangs.
But the way that Jonathan Majors is playing them, because they're so different in characteristics, like you can have Romatut, like you know what I'm saying, and he's not as menacing, but he's like more so.
But it's like you said, it's gonna still be always the ending. Like when she beats this person, like there's more. Like it's always gonna be like sorry Mario, the princess is in another castle. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I want.
What they saying for Kang Dynasty, because the writer who wrote this, I think, is writing Kang Dynasty, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And there was a thing where he was talking to some of they had an interview with him. He was like, for some of Marvel's more bloodthirsty fans, a little movie called Kang Dynasty coming up.
Kang about to kill niggas.
So it sounded like
he about to kill niggas.
Kang might be coming back, and he sort of alluded to what we were saying earlier, the fact that Kang clearly isn't dead. He sort of kind of alluded to that because he kept talking about the Conqueror is going to have villain. The Conqueror is going to have.
I mean, and that's why I said I feel like even like you said, like how he got sent away, like not using ship, whatever. Like the fact that we know he's not in the realm anymore. He's gonna learn travel. Like he's really gonna learn how to get where he needs to be.
Whatever the powers that's in that cube and that chair is going to be within him.
It's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. So now it's gonna be like. So I do get that. Yeah. Where it's gonna be the fact that this nigga is just gonna appear. But that's why I feel like it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be a really. What they've all been trying to push out is all that, the whole multiverse, all this kind of shit. So it's going to really be an attack on Kang hitting all these multiverses, terrorizing. It's like we're going to see a lot of Avengers and different people, but because he's attacking literally multiverse until he gets to
you made me think about something. So my theory, I still want to rock with it, right? I want them, but it's not the heroes defeating. I want the heroes to get to that point where it looks like they about to be over, and then the Conqueror appears. But no chair, no nothing, knocks out that Kang and bounce back out. Because now you left with, I know that I was about to be defeated. Who the fuck was that looked like the person that I was fighting that just defeated him? Because now as the Avengers, you got to get together look, I was dealing with this guy and some other guy popped up and then they was it the guy with the hair like Einstein? No. He looked like a robot. Like, wait, there's another one? Because now you cause confusion, hysteria.
Yep. There's a lot of banter.
I don't even think, like I said, if the rumors are to believe, they keep saying that
a variant
of Kang is going to show up.
So he may not be the big bad.
He may not be the big bad of the show, but imagine you are in something and you just like, hey, who the fuck was dude?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. And you just kind of I definitely they can do the Thanos route with Kang because he can always oversee.
They don't want to go the Thanos route.
Oh, okay, so they definitely want to have him, so he's not overlooking shit. He's gonna be in the trenches.
So that's why I think when he shows up, he's gonna be just like, all right, hold up.
I feel like every time that he shows up, either somebody getting beat to a pulp or he killing somebody.
He might be taking out different variants.
Because he got to. Because you gotta put that fear, niggas.
Like the Kang, like Marvel's good at trying to copy a story somewhere. So the Kang Dynasty literally has to be Jet Li the one. Like he has to just kind of appear in niggas' lives. Yeah. And
you gotta scare niggas, dog. I got a really good question that I wanted to ask you guys. Moving forward, and this will be the only question I ask, with everything that they've been setting up, are you guys excited for the Young Avengers? Because, and I'll start, I am not. They have not introduced me to one Young Avenger that I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see them on the big screen. Cassie, I don't really care for. Kate Bishop, I really don't care for. Even
Ironheart. What's her name?
Ironheart.
Yeah, I mean,
she wouldn't. Well, they might do it for her.
They might do it for her, but
and then
Iron Lad, yeah, which is Kang, which is another Kang. The young Captain America. I can't think of his name right now. Not Noah. Is it Noah?
No, it's not Isaiah Bradley.
Isaiah Bradley's nephew or grandson. But him, I'm like,
remember his name.
Yeah, I see him. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm not right now. I'm not here for the new Avengers or the Young Avengers. I
don't want the older. Like, I don't want to literally live my life literally just watching the older.
No, I don't want to. But I'm saying like Marvel hasn't did a good job at getting me excited because like even like when they could think about the new Avengers, like the only new character that I'm excited for right now that I accept is Yelena.
Okay.
Yelena is the only one because even with Moon Knight, I rock with Moon Knight, but I'm like, do I really want him to see him on the Avengers level? And so I want to get like, y'all, are y'all excited for the new Avengers at all? Like, are y'all committed?
I really haven't paid attention to it, so I really don't. I don't.
Eli Bradley.
Eli, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they haven't showed enough. That's what I'm saying, like, for me to care.
Well, I mean, they're just trying to set it up. They're trying to set it up.
Like, I'm not committed to the characters in general. Like,
I'm not committed to it.
Like, even though I think the characters are pretty much a replacement of the same characters, I don't care to see the same characters again.
But so are you?
Like, I see another Hawkeye,
so you want to see Kate Bishop take over the match?
No, I don't want to see another Hawkeye. Like, I don't want to see. They're replacing it literally with the same.
Well, yeah, because I said that there's so many variations of the Avengers that they should lean into. Remember, Wolverine was an Avenger. But Mr. Fantastic was an Avenger. Like, you can lean into the new people.
Like, I feel like that's where we're going to end up being
to your point of, no, I'm not excited because I'm more excited for stuff like the Fantastic Four or them bringing in X-Men into the MCU.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I care more about right now.
That's really the new, like, I feel like once you bring those franchise, like those movies in, then you are going to start piecing people from
And that's what-
those to make a new Avengers.
And I just hope,
You know what I'm
I hope they do a better job at setting them up for it. So, yeah, man, y'all let us know in the comments. First things first, I want to know y'all theories. Where is Kang? What is going to happen with Kang and everything? Put that in the comments. And also, let us know, man, 1 out of 5 Eagles. What are you rating Antman and the Wasp and Quantumania? This is Quantumania. What are you rating Quantumania? This is fucking. But as always,
this nigga said Ant-Man and Wasp and
What you rating Quantumania?
What you rating Quantumania? But as always, this is the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. That was sponsored that was in Forbes. I keep on saying sponsored by Forbes.
Yeah, I don't know. We can get sponsored.
I hope we get sponsored.
Forbes,
but
hit us up.
yeah, but that was in Forbes, and we are out.
Peace.